Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new group of new fragrance launches to unbox with you, and the first two came from Twisted Lily. And just a quick final reminder, I do have a special promo code with them. I believe it ends on the 20th, but it's code Erin and you save $30 off a purchase of $150 or more. So take advantage now if it's something you're interested in. I will leave all of the information down in the description box, but I have Juliet Has a Gun, Ode to Dullness, and Acro Rise Eau de Parfum. I've heard some great reviews of both of these. I'm going to begin by unboxing Acro Rise because I am so curious. I read through the notes and it sort of sounds like this is more of a summer fragrance. So I'm not sure how I feel about it launching now, but I could be completely wrong, so we'll see. I've actually been wearing Acro Awake a lot lately, and I've been mixing it. I combine Acro Awake, which almost smells like coffee, with the Kayali Vanilla 28, and the combination is really nice together. I love the box. Bake is another one that I know gained a lot of popularity recently, and I think it's been sold out, but I haven't tried it. I want to get my nose on that one next. According to the description, Rise is an ode to summer, one informed by those unforgettable summer nights drinking pina coladas on faraway beaches or exploring the city in search of new experiences and sensations. With notes of fresh coconut water, juicy pineapple, and added depth from creamy sandalwood. So that makes sense. It is summer inspired, but it's meant to sort of transport you to summer memories. We have endless summer in Miami, so this is kind of perfect. Works for me. Even though we have had some cool weather, it's been in the 70s and sunny this week. It is the most ideal weather. The sad thing is we all know it's not going to last very long. That's okay. We can enjoy it while it's here. Oh, that's really pretty. It's coconut. It's fresh coconut, fresh sweet coconut. It's very pretty. I really enjoy it. It's so unexpected, I would say, from Acro. I sort of thought they would take maybe a different twist, a different route, but this is pretty straightforward pina colada. It reminds me a bit of Alien Goddess Intense, which has a lot of coconut, but a lighter, sweeter, more tropical, flirty version. I would say this would be more of a daytime fragrance. As it's drying down, the sweetness is dissipating and I'm starting to pick up on the creamy sandalwood. Even so, I feel like this is a bit singular. Vanilla, coconut, sandalwood, if you like that scrumptious combination, I think you will really like this fragrance. I can see myself wearing this, but I'm almost tempted to layer it with something else. I almost want to layer this with Juliet Has a Gun Lust for Sun, just to add a little bit more of a sweet edible quality. Still very unexpected as a fall launch, but I think it's really nice. Next, I'm unboxing Juliet Has a Gun Ode to Dullness, and I have to tell you, I did try a sample of this a couple weeks ago. I don't really remember. I remember really liking it, but at the time I was overwhelmed. I was a little bit confused because of the name, so we're gonna give this another shot. It falls into the warm and sheer category, described as a creamy composition of cashmere flower, sandalwood, and tonka bean. An indisputable cozy scent. Behind the apparent dullness often lies the extraordinary. It's meant to be a celebration of simplicity, quiet, poetic, but beautiful. And the description sort of tells me that this is most likely going to be a skin scent, something that isn't meant to knock your socks off, which can be really nice. Yeah, it's really pretty, and it is undeniably warm and cozy. If you like a warm, soft sandalwood, I think you will really like this. It smells like your favorite sweater, your go-to sweater that you throw on every single day, something that you would wear around the house, a comfort piece. It has that comforting, warm, casual familiarity. Warm and sheer, that's the best way to describe it. Reminds me a little bit of Mise en Cire Très Cher, except not really romantic. I wouldn't say this is a feminine romantic date night fragrance. This is maybe the daytime version. It almost gives you that feeling like you're cuddled up on the couch with a nice cozy blanket reading a book. Maybe light rain or a cold day outside where you just want to feel cozy and bundled. This is the perfect fragrance. I really like it, and I'm kind of torn because it's not the type of fragrance that I really like to hype up, because my philosophy when it comes to fragrances is skip anything that's middle of the road or mediocre. Only spring for the fragrances that are really special and truly move you. But I still think, that being said, I stand by that. But that being said, I do think there are certain occasions and there is a place in your fragrance wardrobe for a fragrance that is a bit more casual. You don't always have to wear your Baccarat Rouge 540 or your Delina or something really expensive for one, but also really flamboyant, powerful. You don't have to make a statement with your fragrance all the time. I don't love the name. I understand the vision. I understand what they were going for, but dullness just has such a negative connotation. I would not describe this fragrance as dull. I don't think there's anything dull about it. I think soft and cozy, demure, understated elegance. There are a lot of other fancier words I would use to describe this. It's really pretty. You know I love cherry notes. Give me all of the cherry fragrances. We have a new one from the 7 Virtues. It's called Cherry Ambition, so I'm really excited about this. Top note is cherry, heart note of saffron, and then vanilla and marshmallow in the base. Sounds delicious. Ever since I sprayed Acro Rise, the very first fragrance, the entire room just smells so strongly of coconut, so I'm gonna do my best. But I cannot wait. I love cherry. Cherry anything. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, it's a deep, darker, moodier cherry. A little sweetness, a little syrupy, edible quality. I'm definitely getting spiced cherry, maybe lost cherry inspiration, a little bit like the Kayali Love Fest. I like that even though it's a bit sweet and edible, it does not smell overly artificial. It's not sickeningly sweet. It doesn't smell medicinal. I almost wish there was a little bit more vanilla, but then part of me is thinking maybe they did that on purpose so that you would mix this with vanilla woods. I think that would be a killer combination. And it does say it has a little vanilla in it. The vanilla is not really coming forth, at least not yet. I'm really just getting spiced, a little bit smoky cherry. It's very pretty, a woody cherry, maybe not smoke. Elegant woody cherry is what comes through right now. But I'm thinking tomorrow I will have to try this layered with vanilla woods. I'm excited. I think that would be really incredible. It's very nice on its own. It doesn't necessarily need something else. I don't know if it's missing anything, but it just comes down to personal preference. I love a cherry vanilla combination. Next up, I had a couple fragrances that were recently sent over from Mugler, and I'm assuming both of these are new launches. This one is Angel Elixir, which Angel is such a classic, and would you believe that I do not have it in my fragrance collection? It's kind of crazy. And then this very interesting packaging is the Alien Goddess Supra Floral. Ooh la la. Angel Elixir is a warm and spicy sweet gourmand with keynotes of pink pepper, ylang jasmine, and sandalwood. I don't know if you can really tell, but this bottle is a very, very dark blue. It almost looks black. You can only tell that it's blue if it sort of catches the light a little bit. So it's very deep. It almost seems like this is going to be more of an intense version of Angel, basically, which could be really nice for fall, winter. Because I don't have Angel, I know a lot of people are sick of it. I don't have it in my collection, so I still really love it anytime I smell it. I'm not sick of it. Oh, interesting. Almost smells like bubblegum. It's very intensely floral. I get intense jasmine. Okay, now I'm starting to pick up on the spiciness. I swear my nose sensors have been burned off by that initial coconut smell. The entire room still smells like coconut. I'm doing my best here. It reminds me a little bit of Alien Goddess Intense, Prada Paradox, Born in Roma. There's a group of fragrances that are all very similar. They're each a little bit different, but not so different that you would need them all. I feel like this falls into that category, but it just might be my favorite. And then we have Alien Goddess Supra Floral, a floral ambery fragrance exalting the vegetal freshness of the cactus flower, the opulence of the jasmine grandiflorum, and the salty warmth of the everlasting flower. I don't think I've heard all that much about this one, so I'm curious to try it for myself. Let's see. Oh, wow. This is intense. Whew. Almost smells like candy. There's a gummy syrupiness to it. Intensely floral. But wow, is it intense. I have a feeling this one is going to be very polarizing. Either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it because it's so intense. You can't really escape it or get away from it. You have to be all in on this fragrance to appreciate it. And right now, I'm just not really quite sure. I really like it in that it's a pretty fragrance. I don't know if this is something that I'm gonna be excited to wear. If you like a warm, candied floral, that's probably the best way to describe it. There's nothing that really comes to mind. It just smells a little bit like candy and flowers, like a huge bouquet of flowers dipped in sugar. And then heated up into caramel because it has that warmth to it. It's interesting. This might be the perfect fall-winter fragrance for the floral lover, somebody who's not quite ready to give up their florals. It's not fresh, it's intense. Similar to My Way Intense, actually. I think if you like My Way Intense, you'll probably really like this. It's a pretty addition to the family. I think it's very different. It's certainly unique from the rest of the bunch. This is Alien Goddess Super Floral, and this is Angel Elixir. Between the two, I'm actually leaning towards Angel Elixir, which I'm surprised. But now that it's dried down on the blotter, it's a little bit softer, more feminine. I think it would be a little bit easier to wear, whereas this is... It's almost too intense in that I would be afraid if I wore it myself, I might get sick of it. Whereas the Angel is really nice. This is the last, but certainly not least group for the day. It's the new Kayali Oudgasm collection. They sent out this really beautiful package. So they have 4 new fragrances. We have Oudgasm Vanilla Oud 36, Tobacco Oud 04, Cafe Oud, and then Rose Oud. The box came with some really great information on the fragrance's intensity level, the notes, lots of details in here, but nothing about what is oud. And I think if you know a lot about fragrance, if you do a lot of research and reading up on it, you're probably very well versed in what oud is. But just in case you're not as familiar with the ingredient, it's incredibly expensive. Natural oud is basically a specific fungus that grows on a tree and it creates a resin. The trees are normally found in Southeast Asia, so when it's done naturally, it takes a really long time, so it becomes an incredibly expensive ingredient to source. And it's very fragrant and intense, and it can be somewhat polarizing. Some people do not like oud, other people really love it. And I did have the opportunity to try samples of this collection when I was in New York City at Sephora, and I found them to be pretty light, very wearable oud. Let's start with Vanilla Oud 36. This is an enticingly rich fragrance that balances the sublime beauty and comfort of our hero note vanilla, the warmth and spice of saffron, the sweetness of praline, and the magic of oud. Let's give it a shot. Oudgasm Vanilla Oud 36. This is the first one we're gonna try. Very pretty. I definitely pick up on the saffron. There's a nice spiciness. It's kind of a Christmassy vanilla. Kayali has done vanilla so well with the Vanilla 28. It's nearly perfect. That I didn't really think, or I didn't really realize that there was room for another vanilla forward fragrance, but this is very different. Incredibly wearable. It's not really all that oud forward at all. Almost has a cool, minty, fresh, like fresh pine forest smell to it. Really pretty, and this entire collection is unisex. This feels like a very unisex fragrance. But I would definitely wear this. I might layer this with the Vanilla 28, maybe the Sugared Patchouli, I'm not sure. Very fall winter, elegant, and not too much. I think they did a beautiful job with this. Next we have Cafe Oud 19. This has cappuccino, geranium, rose damask, white musk, vanilla, and oud. I definitely pick up on the rose more so than the cappuccino. Okay, now I'm getting it. It's very pretty, but again, it's not too intense. I think this is another really soft, very wearable, unisex fragrance. This is fall winter in a bottle. It's really pretty. I don't get a ton of coffee. If you're somebody who doesn't like the idea of a coffee fragrance, don't let that scare you away from this. This is a beautiful fragrance. You can tell it's complex. It smells elegant. It smells very luxurious. It smells like a lot of really expensive ingredients. You know, it smells very well crafted. It reminds me of something you would find from a Tom Ford private blend, a luxury niche house, maybe a Fragrance de Bois. I could see a house like that creating something similar and then charging triple the price. Next we have Tobacco Oud. This has mandarin, white honey, geranium, vanilla, tobacco, and oud. This is something that I will gift to my husband, but it's really nice. But I see this leaning more towards men's. But there's some sweetness. The vanilla is really nice, but definitely more masculine. The tobacco is really pleasant too. It's not too heavy. It's not too intense where it kind of chokes you out and you can't take a full nostril full, a full breath. There's a little bit of a fireplace smell to it, but I still really like it. Not for me, and it's not even something that I would even try to layer. I don't know if there's anything in my collection that would temper down the fireplace, but I like it. And finally, we have Oudgasm Rose Oud 16. This has lemon, geranium, Bulgarian rose, vanilla Madagascar, cashmere wood, and oud. Oh, that's beautiful. Definitely a deep, dark, moody, sensual, very sexy rose. Great for fall, winter. Has enough sweetness in there. The citrus notes gives it a bit of brightness as well. It smells a little bit like Montal, Mancera, a Fragrance de Bois style fragrance. Really beautiful. Out of all of them, I do think I like the vanilla the best. I would say the vanilla, cafe, rose, tobacco. But all four are really special. They smell incredibly luxurious and elegant. I might change my mind. It might be cafe vanilla. Definitely the top two. I'm not sure what order. I love them, and especially for fall winter. They showcase oud, but in a really wearable, really accessible way. They aren't overwhelming. They're not too intense. Definitely more evening appropriate, but I think you could just kind of spritz these on anytime. They're incredible. I think 2023 has been the year that Kayali as a brand has really blossomed. They've launched some of their all-time best fragrances this year. I had a feeling we were going to end the year with some incredible new launches, and this was a really great group today. I love the Juliet Has a Gun, Ode to Dullness. Of course, Arise, the coconut fragrance that dominated today's video. The Oudgasm collection is really nice, Cherry Ambition. I actually really liked all of the fragrances I tried today. It's really difficult to choose a favorite. I think if I had to choose a real standout, I love Cherry, so Cherry Ambition is one that I'm excited to keep testing. Then Vanilla Oud and Cafe Oud are incredible fragrances. These are real wow standouts. And Angel Elixir, it really is hard to choose a favorite. So for the next few days, I'm going to dedicate to testing out this group, trying different layering combinations, and see what I think. There are still a few new fragrance launches that are available at Sephora that I have not tried yet, or we haven't talked about them before. So my plan is to share all of the best fragrances available at Sephora. since the Sephora Holiday Savings event is coming up around the corner. So that video should be coming soon, but that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. I'm always curious if you've tried something new that you're excited about. Leave me your recommendations in the comments section. We will keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.